Hello everybody and welcome to Trip Report 3 by RC3 Miller. On this particular trip report we're going to be doing holiday travel to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands. And we're going to be doing this flight on Delta, taking a look at the two flights. It's going to be from Richmond, Virginia to Atlanta on an MD-88 and from Atlanta to Providenciales, Turks and Caicos on a 737-800. So one key thing to notice here is the quick connection time over in Atlanta. This is a look at the thing we're going to be looking at. On time, if we have a tight connection in Atlanta, seat comfort, onboard offerings as far as food and entertainment, and also how easy it is in Atlanta to connect in such a short time. This is the departure report at Richmond International Airport, a pretty new airport, recently updated facilities. You can already see the Atlanta flight there in the foreground, and this is just kind of walking through Richmond's terminal. If you're going to be getting Richmond early, make sure you bring food. Most of the restaurants were closed, even with the early morning flights, so the only thing really open was a small coffee stand with very limited offerings. Looking ahead, this is the MD-88. The original plane was introduced into 1980. That was when the series started. This particular plane was a little bit newer. Over 1,000 of these planes have been built. You're starting to see them more phased out, but also note the rainy weather out there today. With this plane, there's a 3-2 seating, so if you have only 2 people traveling, it'd probably be better to book that 2-seat side so you won't have to worry about the third person possibly creating an uncomfortable situation. And just right now, here's a look at the basic seat. Look out the rainy window, and it's pretty much your basic domestic seat. There's a little tray right there. You can see I already have my coffee cup down. It's an early flight. Your typical safety information. A little bit of propaganda piece from Delta, a menu which we're not really going to use, and your normal SkyMall magazine, which I kind of look at sometimes to see the connecting flights and the transit maps and everything else. So, it'll keep you entertained for maybe 15-20 minutes, but mostly if you have your Kindles, your iPads, that's probably pretty much what you're going to be using here on this short flight. Plane's still filling up, and another Delta jet. Taking a look at the Atlanta airport layout, a very tight north to south layout, very efficient. I have only 45 minutes to make this connection through Atlanta. Now my flight is going to be landing on one end and my departing flight is going to be on the other. So here down at the T terminal is where I'm going to be getting my gate, and over here in the international terminal is where I'm going to be transitioning to. So it looks like a great distance. So Atlanta does, however, have a very nice system that can get you from one end of the airport to the other. Now I'm just going to leave this here for the takeoff. Right here, this is what you're going to be looking at for as far as meals and drinks. Pretty much just 2 biscotti cookies from Delta, and of course at the coffee, Starbucks label, but it's typical airplane coffee. It's okay. Now this is the view from inside the train to Atlanta. They have a very fast train which is able to get me from one end of the terminal to the other in about roughly 10 to 15 minutes, so it came very close. So it was very good with the connection. I was able to make it plenty of time. Just looking up here, some of the escalators. One of the things about Atlanta that I like is even though there's tons of people, its design's very efficient. It might not be the prettiest airport in the world, but it can get you from one end of the airport to the other very quickly. It's able to process a lot of flights, as it is the most traveled hub in the world as far as air travel goes. So it may lack its own amenities, but for its design, it's very efficient in moving people and cargo from one end to the other. As it says, I made it from 30 minutes to the airport, made it with 30 minutes to spare. Wasn't able to grab any food, but hopefully, since this flight leaves well before lunch and lands well after lunch, so hopefully there's at least some kind of food offering on the plane. You know, it's just one of those things you hope that kind of airlines would look out for, especially with the takeoff times and landing times. And this is, once again, your typical seat for international. No IFE, no real sort of video system in place for these Caribbean flights. Granted, it's 2.5 hours, but you know, a little something would be nice. Weather's cleared up a little bit, still a little bit of rain, but I'm not going to care about that because I'm landing in paradise anyway. Standard 3.3 configuration with the 800s. Taking a look at the bathroom, your toilet, your seat covers, soap, sink, napkins, a little bit of hot water, a little bit cold. Not exactly an Emirates style bathroom, but it's a bathroom, you know. What are you going to do? It's reasonably well kept, got your toilet paper, and just your pretty much normal airplane bathroom you can expect for short haul flights. And now to the meal source, which is kind of the disappointing things, the cookies and the drink again. You're leaving well before lunch and landing well after, so it would have really been too much trouble to have given you guys some kind of maybe a sandwich and like a bag of pretzels or something. Even though you have to pay, it would be nice to get that for free, given the circumstances. Looking overall at the flight, on time, 9 out of 10, easy connection in Atlanta. Both flights were on time, so it was very easy to connect. Seat comfort, 7 out of 10. It's your typical American domestic style seat. Looking at food and entertainment, no seat back entertainment, which was maybe expected given the length of the flight, but still you might want to differentiate your domestic from your international flights, maybe offer a better package. As far as the food goes, it's disappointing given when your flight takes off and when it lands that you're not going to be able to get any food. You're going to be landing kind of starved. And it's just kind of, you know, if you can give us a sandwich, some pretzels, something that might make it a little bit more tolerable. But for most of the people here, it's going to be about like 30-45 minutes to get to a resort, and they only serve on certain times. So you're probably looking at least another 4 hours without food, depending on the resort that you go to on Providenciales. So for something for this flight, a little more filling for lunch would have made a great difference. So if anybody's watching, that's something to consider. Overall, very solid, especially for holiday travel. No delays, no real issues, no computer glitches. And landing in Providenciales, while hungry, I'm satisfied with the service. So if you ever do get a chance to visit Providenciales, please do so, as it is a very beautiful, beautiful island in the Caribbean. I'm staying at the Club Med there, so if you ever do decide to come to visit the island, I would suggest those two places because you're going to enjoy it. I really hope you've enjoyed this trip report, and I also have a couple of others if you check out my YouTube channel. One, Emirates on an A380, and also traveling internationally using Lufthansa on the A340. So if you do have a chance, please check out those two, and I hope you enjoyed the trip report. Thank you for watching.